More fiction here. I got Gaggle games on my collection. More fiction here. Trying to adjust to this camera. Here's a Gaggle games in my collection. First of all is Resident Evil 4 for GameCube. Secondly is Resident Evil 4 for PlayStation 2. Thirdly, Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition for Wii. Same game, 3 different versions. GameCube version came out first. There was a collector's edition of this came out later on. Might have been Game of the Year, I'm not sure exactly, or one of those players, may have been Player's Choice. Came out later on. Then they made Resident Evil 4. This one has new features featuring Ada Wong and other stuff in it. This has some of the same, I'm pretty sure this has some of the same features on Wii. Doesn't really say it, but has separate ways. As it includes separate ways, advanced enemy and artificial intelligence. Excuse me. Resident Evil Remake. This was when Nintendo had the Resident Evil exclusivity thing going on. That featured Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil Zero. Not many people seem to like Zero. I like it. It's a great prequel to Resident Evil Remake. Resident Evil Remake is superior to the PlayStation version. If you liked the PlayStation version, you probably would like the DS version, which I don't have. I never bought that. Speaking of different versions, different games, there's Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance. I have the GameCube version, of course. Important to note that you can use 2 players in this game. Each player has their own game save, so be sure each player has a chance to save the game, or else one person will be SOL, and the other one will be higher level than the other one. Keep that in mind. Also, speaking of different versions, we have Metal Gear Solid with Twin Snakes for GameCube. This one had features that were originally released in Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty for PlayStation 2, and so it's an enhanced version of the game Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation 1. Very good game. I recommend you pick it up. Even if you don't have a GameCube, pick it up. Just pick up a GameCube and this as well. Here's a stumbler for me. Ocarina of Time. Oh yeah, I said it right that time. Good. Anyway, Ocarina of Time. It's important to say that this game never before released is they had an add-on for the Nintendo 64 at one point. It was a disc drive. I forget what it was called, but the add-on had Master Quest for Legend of Zelda on it. They decided to release this in America. I haven't noticed any differences between this and the regular version. I have this. It's 1998 Game of the Year, classic Nintendo 64 version. So that's the accolades it has for Ocarina of Time. I never really liked Ocarina of Time that much. I preferred Majora's Mask better. Here we have the collector's edition, limited collector's edition. It's a promotional disc, 4 discs at once. It's not for resale, but you could probably buy it anywhere anyway. I'm not selling it. Here's Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, famously known as Zelda for its cell-based, cell-shaded, actually cell-shaded animation style. If you look real closely, you can see Link in his little sailboat down there. Here's Tatsunoko versus Capcom. Tatsunoko versus Capcom, however you pronounce it. I'm not sure. I vaguely remember these guys. I think they were. Of course, we have up in the corner there, Frank West. He's he's the hero of Dead Rising. He also was in Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop for Wii. It's a much easier version than the Xbox 360 game. I could barely get through the Xbox 360 game when I did have it. It plays much more fluidly on Wii for some reason. Well, not more fluidly, but it's easier. I don't know why they made it easier, but it's easier. They also had the gun shop guy survives, and he sells you guns and ammunition when you get to him. That's one of the changes they made for it. They cut out the camera, which was stupid as hell. He's a journalist. Why does he not have a camera to use? Frank West is a journalist. Metroid ELM. People have dissed this game no end. My theory is they say she's being bossed around by her commanding officer in this game. Well, in Metroid Fusion, she was bossed around by the computer. That was even more annoying than her boss in this game. Here's 3 different games originally released on Dreamcast. We have Skies Arcadia Legends, which was regularly Skies of Arcadia. Evolution World, which was 2 games separately released, Evolution and Evolution 2. American Pro Trucker. I'm not sure this is a good game or not. I haven't played much of it. I haven't gotten too far in either. I don't know why I pulled this out, but Resident Evil Code Veronica X for PlayStation 2. One of the games I just happened to find downstairs, along the other games. I'll talk more about my PlayStation 2 games and PlayStation 1 games later. Point of fact is, there's so many of them, and it's a hassle just to get them to group together at once. And I don't have a standalone video camera to use anymore.